New at 10, Hyphenated Americans. That is the name of a new exhibit at Latino Arts in Walker's Point. It highlights what it means to be Latinx in the United States. Also hopes to serve as a cultural bridge builder. Sarah McGrew talked to some of the artists.
We're just about a year into the pandemic and opening nights still look a bit different.
The pandemic, not having a social life as much anymore, really allows me to focus on my art.
And a space for that art, especially art that represents and comes from diverse communities, is as important as ever.
This group of artists that are exploring that idea of how they are Americans growing up in the United States, being part of this community. However, their cultural heritage is rooted somewhere else.
What I really love about this show is that it highlights both of those similarities and differences, and being Latinx is not a one-size-fits-all thing.
Whitney Salgado is one of 17 artists featured in the Hyphenated Americans exhibit.
I grew up in a very small town that was heavily segregated, and that kind of pushed me to separate Western ideas versus Mexican culture, because you had to be one or other, and it felt like you always had to conform and separate. And my piece is more about accepting all pieces that make you.
Each artist featured in the gallery shares a unique perspective on the Latinx experience in the United States.
If I saw something like this growing up, I think that would have helped my self-esteem as far as culture goes.
And art can bring us closer together emotionally, even if we're still physically distancing.
Also use it as a cultural bridge builder for non-Hispanics to come get to know our community through the arts. And really, there's no better way for people to come together, because through the arts they find a common place, that human connection of being creative.
All while supporting local artists along the way. The exhibit runs through early June and is happening here at the United Community Center in person. However, because of the pandemic, you are asked to pre-register for a time and make sure to wear a mask. You can find information about how to register up on our website. In Milwaukee, Sarah McGrew, TMJ4 News.
Still ahead on TMJ.